From a point of view, the analysis of the demand and the factors that shift the demand curve demonstrates the central role that the consumer's behavior plays in the market dynamics. In this course, I got many ideas about the demand and how the demand curve shifts, two essential concepts for understanding how the market really works. First, remember that the demand refers to the quantity of a good or services that the consumers are willing or able to buy at different prices. And there is one big principle behind the demand. If the prices goes down, the quantity demanded goes up. This inverse relationship keeps the demand curve its downward slope. But markets are not static. Demand can change for many different reasons. And this is where it is important to distinguish between a movement along the demand curve and a shift of the entire demand curve. If the prices of the product itself change, we simply move down or up the existing demand curve. But if something other than prices change, the entire demand curve shifts to a new position. So what causes these shifts? One major factor is the consumer preferences. If people suddenly like a product more, like when a new study highlights health benefits of something, the demand curve shifts to the right, meaning demand increases at every price. On the other hand, negative news, trends, or safety concerns can shift the curve to the left, meaning the demand drops at all price levels. Another factor that shifts the demand is the income. When consumers earn more, they tend to buy more of most goods, shifting the demand outward. But for some products known as inferior goods, higher income leads people to buy less, shifting the demand inward. Demand also shifts because of expectations. If consumers think the prices will rise in the future, they might buy more now, increasing demand. If they expect a product to become cheaper, demand can fall today. Prices of related goods are another key influence. For substitute goods such as beef and chicken, if the price of one goes up, the demand for the other rises. For complementary goods like smartphones and apps, if the price of one increases, demand for the other falls. The course also shows me real-world examples of how powerful these shifts can be. For example, when the demand increases, the entire curve moves to the right, raising both equilibrium price and equilibrium quantity, and when demand decreases, the curves move to the left, lowering both price and equilibrium quantity. Overall, understanding the demand and the factors that shift the demand curve help us to determine how markets behave and how buyers respond to the new information, to the price changes and economic conditions. In fact, the prices of nearly all goods or services, whether it is airplane tickets, the groceries, rent, or even interest rates, are ultimately determined by the supply and the demand interacting in equilibrium. So, in conclusion, the demand curve is much more than a simple graph. It is a tool that helps us to understand the human behavior, the market dynamics, and how economic decisions shape the world around us. And recognizing what shifts the demand curve allows us to analyze real-world events and anticipate how markets will adjust.